No, but it's Monopoly. You can do that. It's fine. Yes, you. Holy. Or they know I'm like, oh, it's a little. There's a little hand. Look, there's two little hands. Dude, it's like starting to like wig out. Man, dude, what the? My camera's off, dude. The screen's like completely black, dude. No, it's completely black.
Over a decade ago, a group of short, 10 to 30 second clips would be uploaded by a YouTube account named SNCH. These videos showed what appeared to be a normal friend group just having fun and goofing off, as any young men do. However, the videos would quickly begin to take an unsettling turn as they went on, leaving behind a mystery that would puzzle viewers for over a decade. And with the channel having completely stopped uploading in 2016, it remained unclear if it would ever be solved, until today. The channel's first video was of some friends in a car waiting for their other friend to get back from buying alcohol at a liquor store. The person talking is named Tyler, who is the one filming all of these videos.
Sent our friend in there to get alcohol. He's surrounded.
What are we, 15? Whoa, look at the mole on the side of her head. Dude, look at the mole on the side of her head.
That's mean to say.
What do you mean?
I'm not.
She's the nicest lady that walked in there, I bet. He made it!
He's here!
The guy in the Best Buy shirt is named David, the friend they were waiting for to get alcohol, and another one of the core members of the friend group.
He's gonna make. I gotta put unlock. There you go. He's got it. He's got the stuff. Hey.
It's here where they give us the actual reason for why they were recording.
I'm just gonna record random things to see if something happens. It's funny. It's gonna be 100 of these videos.
The next series of videos just shows them messing around in a car, singing songs, and just playing around. They finally arrive home to begin playing a board game, when suddenly...
Bring him here, bring him here. Alright.
Play you? Really?
We're gonna shuffle these and we're gonna do our little objectives. We're gonna do it
Did you guys hear that?
What is that?
I don't know, it's like making a really bright, like dude. It's like starting to like wig out.
It only affects Tyler. Boom. Boom. Do it.
What the fuck, dude? I don't, dude, I have no idea.
A baby monitor starts going off. They also notice that the baby monitor seems to become much louder whenever Tyler, the cameraman, is near it. Mason is the third friend in the friend group. He's a bearded white guy on the left. They continue to mess around with the baby monitor, wondering why it's acting so strangely. They unplug it to try and see if they can get it to stop being so loud, when surprisingly, it remains working even after having been plugged out. They then start messing around with the baby monitor even more, mocking it by saying, "Charlie, Charlie, are you there?" Which, if you don't know, is a very old trend where you would try to summon a ghost to give you answers to questions, similar to a Ouija board. This trend was popular in 2015, which really shows the age of the series. They messed with it a bit more, then completely stopped what they were doing to have a random conversation about taking a boat to Cuba from Florida. They also indirectly reveal that the story takes place in Florida.
Cuba's right below Florida. All we would have to do is take a boat down to Cuba.
My camera's like, what the fuck, dude? Holy shit. What the f, dude, like, holy shit. I have no fucking clue. I'm not checking that fucking door, dude. I'm not fucking checking that door. Dude, I'm...
After hearing the mysterious noise coming from another room, David goes to investigate, but becomes too scared and makes Tyler do it.
Fuck, man.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, what the fuck?
Out of place?
My camera's off, dude. The fucking screen's like completely black, dude. No, it's completely black.
Did you catch that? In this video, a figure can be seen staring into the window, watching the guys, when it suddenly notices it's in their field of view. It then vanishes into the darkness. They finally muster the courage to go into the room and check what's going on when the video abruptly ends. The next video seemingly has no connection to what just happened and appears to be a black screen with heavy static, perhaps the same static that came from the baby monitor playing. To recap what we have just seen, a trio of friends, Tyler the cameraman, Mason the bearded guy, and David the Best Buy guy, are driving and messing around when they decide to start recording just in case anything interesting happens, and experience many paranormal phenomena, such as a baby monitor going off, especially when it's near Tyler, and hearing a loud noise from another room which frightens them. They also are being watched by someone or something in the window, who the boys don't seem to notice, and who does not want to be discovered by them, since they move quickly out of view once the camera is in their direction, implying all they want to do is watch. Something that is also very strange about this whole channel is the way they uploaded these videos. You see, none of these videos are actually in order. They're a scattered mess that you have to piece together yourself to make sense of. The titles of these videos that I've showed you so far are just a random sequence of numbers, the type that your phone automatically generates whenever you record a video, suggesting that the uploader did not have any sort of plan for these videos, since they didn't even bother coming up with the title. Maybe it really was a sort of random decision to start recording, considering this. The boys don't post again for an entire year, but when they do, they completely ignore the events that happened a year ago as if they never existed. The new videos consist of 16 uploads, this time with a twist. Instead of the randomly generated titles that are prevalent in the last series, every title is now encoded in base 64, which, when decoded, brings about a secret message, which every video has, and that we will get to later. The first of these new videos appears extremely mundane, similar to how the first of their videos started, with them just kicking back and talking about, legitimately, the French language. Suddenly, a pair of hands from the next door window appears, with one of the boys mentioning how small they look, maybe indicating that these are supposed to be a pair of child hands.
There we go. The window. I don't know if they know I'm looking or they know I'm looking. Oh! Oh, there's a little hand. Look. There's two little hands. Oh, they're knocking. Wave.
I think she's in trouble.
Maybe she is in trouble.
If you were in trouble, you should knock it off.
Maybe she can't make noise.
We can see Mason, who is a guy in the blue shirt, playing around with a few dogs in the background. The others leave to go inside, while Mason just stares at something blankly in the background. They ask Mason if he's ready to go out for drinks, and he just replies, yeah, but looks visibly shaken and unsettled, as if he could have potentially saw something disturbing or perplexing in the distance. They take a quick break to play some Dark Souls, after which they have a somewhat interesting conversation, where you can make out Tyler, now in front of the camera instead of behind it, saying he doesn't really want to talk about it, and mentioning something that is unclear to hear because Mason is talking at the same time but sounds like we were the cause of it. And Mason at the same time saying that he would be worried if he didn't have 4 dogs.
For the time being, until everything I don't know, man. I don't really want to talk about it. No, it's just a lot of weird shit that's going on.
If I didn't have
A lot of
4
weird
dogs,
shit that,
then I
we
was
were
worried.
the cause of. We were the cause, and we made. Oh my God, there's Katie and Sarah and. Oh!
This sounds to me like Mason was talking about something he saw earlier and was explaining it to Tyler. Mason mentioning that he wasn't worried because he had 4 dogs suggests to me that whatever he saw, he perceived as a threat. Tyler mentions that whatever Mason saw, they were the cause of. Who knows what this could be referring to? Nonetheless, they meet up with some friends and explore the local store. Nothing really notable happens here, except for Mason showing off his singing skills, which thoroughly impresses his friend.
Get back for it.
I know it's Saturday, but it's Lobster.
I also notice that whenever Tyler moves by the refrigerator in the store, it seems to open by itself. This can probably be more reasonably explainable through the idea that someone else out of view is opening another fridge door, causing a shift in air pressure that slightly opens one that we can see on camera momentarily. Eventually, they leave and something interesting is seen.
She was asking what shirt I had on.
The shirt?
Yeah. She's like, is that regular show?
Where's Mason?
We found his baby bottle.
A baby bottle waits right outside of the store. Now we have a running theme here. From the baby monitor going off, to the small hand seen in the next door window, to the baby bottle right outside of the store, we obviously can tell that the group is being haunted by a baby. Just kidding. What we can make out is that this whole thing is probably an elaborate hoax or a made-up story making the group appear as if they are being haunted due to all the paranormal phenomena surrounding them. On the slim possibility that they are really being haunted, then it could be Tyler who is the source of all this, considering that he seems to be the most affected by these events. Perhaps something happened in the past where he had a baby who had died or a mother who died while pregnant. Let's just see what happens.
Stay right. This is fucking bullshit. Every time we play this goddamn game,
We're not gonna form an alliance.
Together and
We're not gonna form an alliance.
You can't
No,
form a goddamn
but it's
alliance.
Monopoly. You can do that.
You can't
It's
do
fine.
that. You can't.
Yes, you.
Fuck is that?
Holy shit. Oh! Oh my god!
Get back here!
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What the fuck was that?
I found my
What the fuck was that? What the fuck your phone, dude?
What do you mean?
Fuck your phone,
My
dude.
phone.
Dude, the fucking door just got ripped off the fucking room. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it's outside the door. It's outside the door.
A loud noise is heard in the background. The lights shut off, and the door is blasted right out of the doorframe. The group waits silently while something is right outside of the door. The very last video is just a blank screen, which when put through a spectrogram, reveals this image, Tyler and a woman resting on his shoulder. The SNCH channel never posted again after this, leaving behind a mystery of what happened to them, whether or not it was fake, and what, if it was real, was haunting them for over a decade. Now that we've seen the entirety of the story, there are a few things to go over. The store that they visit is this Pubix in Lanai Acres, Florida. They mentioned earlier that they are from Florida, so it's likely Lanai Acres is where the story takes place. As mentioned before, some of these video titles are encoded in base 64 and translates to legible text when decoded. Now, all of these titles actually don't seem to relate to anything that's going on in any of the videos. The names of these titles goes as follows: Limbo, Forgotten, Typhon, Gate, Child, Pride, Sloth, Lost, Leviathan, Styx, and Where is Your Daughter? Pontianak. Some of these titles do seem to have a sort of shared meaning though, as they all relate to some sort of afterlife and spirits. For example, Limbo is a state between life and death, a sort of purgatory. Styx in Greek mythology is the path between the dead and the living. Where is Your Daughter seems to imply that there was a lost forgotten child. A Pontianak in East Asian folklore is a woman who is now a sort of spirit or demon who is wronged in life by men and actively goes and hunts them out. She also too is often the victim of a stillbirth. The SNCH channel actually responded back to somebody who commented. So, in this video, we see a baby bottle with milk in it. When decoded, the last 4 videos say, "Where is your daughter?" Do you guys think there is any correlation between the two things? I think the bottle means something other than a joke to make fun of Mason. To which SNCH responded with this: although, if we just take those 3 characters, AAZ, the term AAZ is the ISO 639 code for the Amarius language, a Malayo-Polynesian language spoken in West Timor, Indonesia. This probably suggests that the creators are hinting at a connection to an Indonesian folklore, given that the Pontianak is a vengeful female spirit in Indonesian and Malaysian folklore. Here is my complete analysis and final take on the story that the creators are trying to tell their videos and titles. Earlier on, before the events of the story, Tyler had a girlfriend who he got pregnant and who died giving birth. She returns as a vengeful spirit and terrorizes a trio of men with various hauntings because she feels that she was wronged by them for something that they did. A year passes after the hauntings and everything seems to be going back to normal, except that the spirit of the woman is slowly crossing the gate between dead and the living and has returned to terrorize the group. Eventually, the spirit appears and they all huddle together in the dark in fear. That is the end of the SNCH channel, but it is actually far from over. Let's now explore the more unknown second SNCH channel, and later, the reason why I said this mystery was solved. The second SNCH channel was created a few months after the SNCH channel stopped posting, and has a bio stating, "I don't know how it happened." This channel posts a few videos, the first of which being a quick view of a baby toy. Another video shows them attempting to write their own name on a piece of paper before cutting out before their name can be shown. A very uncharacteristically long 7-minute video is posted too, this time from the perspective of a figure walking around a basement-like area, The only interesting part here is at 59 seconds, where there is a picture of two women with babies, which might relate to the original Ponsoniac idea of a woman dying in childbirth, and later returning as a spirit. Beyond this though, they don't really do anything that interesting. Just walk around and flash a light towards the stairs, but beyond that, nothing much. Another video is posted called Rip Danny, which shows a distorted view of another room with the description reading, "May his soul be driven into the depths of heaven." My conclusion from researching this channel is that it is a fake made by a different creator than the originals to continue upon the story after it was finished. There are many differences between SNCH and this new channel. The first notable difference is the way these videos are shot. The original channel almost always films vertically, while the second channel is mostly shot horizontally, with the exception of the 7-minute video where the cameraman explores the basement. That brings us to the second notable difference. All of SNCH's videos are very short, 10 to 30 second long snippets, and while this channel mostly does the same, they have a large 7-minute video which is very uncharacteristically long for the original channel. The original channel almost always features one of the boys talking and interacting with one another, while the second channel just seems to be one person, not interacting with anyone else at all. Besides these directorial differences, there is one major reason why I believe this channel is not related to the original channel at all. They uploaded a video where a man holding a snake in his hands can be seen. A person talks in the background. See if you can make out what they say.
The power seems to be off-sided. Please open the door to your right and in SCP-0 descent. When entering, please do not make eye contact with SCP-0 descent.
If you didn't catch it, the man says something like, "Please, open the door to your right. SCP-097. Help, they're after me. Do not make eye contact with SCP-097. If you don't know what SCPs are, they're basically internet legends of strange creatures and phenomena that are simply works of fiction. As a side note, the SCP they mention, SCP-097, is simply a 10-acre plot of land in the Midwestern United States. The most unscary SCP they could have possibly mentioned, and likely mixed it up with another one. The creator mentioning fictional monsters is leading me to believe that the creator is simply a horror fan that likes stuff like SCPs, creepypastas, and other internet horror, and also SNCH, and made their own spin-off. Between the uncharacteristically long video, the lack of vertical filming, and the mentioning of other generic internet horror creatures, I think it's safe to say this is an imposter. Besides, if SNCH were to make a continuation, why would they create an entirely new channel with a completely different style instead of just continuing on their main account where all of their fans are? It just doesn't make any sense. This does beg the question though, if this isn't the original SNCH, then where are they? And what happened to them? Well, I, as pretty much every other person who covered this, felt this question may never be answered. As I was digging through videos for research on this channel, I came across a strange comment on one of them. "If only they kept going," by an account with 6 subscribers called Mason Lusk 3566. While any other day I might have skipped over this comment, I thought the name sounded a bit familiar. Mason. On this channel, there is not a single person fully in view, but a ton of animals in every video. Specifically, almost every video is of injured animals being rehabilitated, mainly dogs. Who else do we know has a bunch of dogs and is named Mason? The account was also created a full year before the events of SNCH, adding to the authenticity of the account. Upon seeing this, I grew suspicious that this could be the real Mason from the channel, and started looking through other videos on SNCH where he could have also commented. It's here, where the mystery is officially solved, and the motivations behind the channel were revealed. Hi, I'm one of the guys from the video. We were just messing around and some actual weird stuff happened, so we made stories around the weird stuff. The baby monitor was freaking out, and we didn't know why, and that's how it all started. Thank you for all your support. We wanted to get back into it, but life gets in the way. Hope everyone had as much fun as we did making it. It turns out that the SNCH channel was a hoax, designed to make it look like the trio were being haunted by some paranormal entity, which is often the case with these online mysteries. He mentioned that this all happened because Tyler didn't want to play the Risk board game, and David made up the titles because they were bored. Mason goes on to say that the reason why the videos are all short snippets is because they were designed for Snapchat, and that the name SNCH is short for Snapchat. We never made a storyline or storyboard. Every single thing was improv we thought might be related. We would be sitting at the table and something weird would happen, so we'd quickly make a plot, film right there, and call it. A major thing we did was we didn't edit or remove videos other than the creepy static noise saying, "I appreciate the support." So it appears that the entire story wasn't one that was planned out. It was completely improv. I was able to find Mason's Reddit account, and I privately messaged him, and he agreed that I could share our conversation of even more details about the channel. The baby monitor picking up static is how this all started. The clips before were just random clips unrelated to the whole ghost narrative. The little girl's hand in the window? Random happenstance, and we filmed. The screen door in the last video? Our dogs broke it, being too excited, and we ran with it. David, our Best Buy guy, actually came up with the whole puzzle idea and refined it to make it harder, but views beat it so damn fast, meaning that viewers figured it out before they can further refine it. Since the common theory is that Tyler had an ex-girlfriend who had a stillbirth and began haunting the group, maybe that is what happens in the story, lore-wise. The figure in the mask that we see early on is either Tyler or David wearing a mask from the Payday game, and the spectrograph is actually a real sonogram of Tyler's daughter. The door that had blown off in the very last video was already broken by the dogs, and they had people pull the door with rope to make it look like it had flown off. The whole SNCH story was an elaborate fictional story made to look real. It was done mostly out of improv by 3 friends out of boredom, and later became popular in the late 2010s as an unexplained story, at least in Mexico. There is one thing I find a bit strange though. Mason mentioned that all the events in this entire series, besides the man in the mask and the door being pulled at the end, were completely unplanned, random occurrences, meaning that the little girl's hands knocking on the window, the baby bottle at the store, and the baby monitor going crazy when near Tyler were all completely unplanned. What's weird is how these ideas fit perfectly in a child ghost kind of narrative. Mason mentioned multiple times that there are strange things going on, that they just tuned out because it became too frequent. If you are a believer in the paranormal, maybe there is a slight possibility that even though the Pontiac story was fictitious, maybe there could have been some real paranormal activity going on between them.